and welcome to this episode of Appropriately.
For this episode, we have our guests Sam and Jess back with us, and we're going to be playing the game Word Sneak.
And during this game, we're going to give Jess and Sam both a pile of cards. They all have words on them, separate words, different words. And they're going to pick up a card as they tell a story. They're just going to be having a regular conversation, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Good luck to both of you. Jess, would you like to start?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, well, Sam, today I was just going throughout my day,
Yeah.
and then I was walking through Student Life,
Okay.
and you know that one vending machine?
Yes.
The green one.
The one in Student Life.
Yeah. You know how it has the word Aquafina on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw that,
Hmm.
and I thought of Jacqueline, because I always used to call her Aquafina.
Oh, that's funny.
Don't know why, but freshman year, you know?
Okay. Whenever I order water from that vending machine, it gives me Pepsi.
Oh,
So yeah.
I love that for you.
Should I pick up a word?
Yep.
Oh. That's a great story. I oftentimes found myself in Student Life.
Yes.
And did I mention that I have cross-country practice tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I do. And it makes me think of all of the other sports teams that we have here on campus and just like being a student athlete. And I knew a couple people that were on the golf team.
Yep.
Didn't Carter do golf?
Carter did do golf.
Yeah, she did. And I just
Yeah.
have so much respect for golfers.
We love golfers.
Yes.
And gophers.
And gophers.
Golfers and gophers.
Golfers and gophers.
You know, gophers are great.
They
right?
are.
And there always used to be a gopher that would run into my backyard.
Oh,
My dog did not like that.
that's so sweet.
And she would just straight up bark
That's
all
not
the time
sweet.
at the gopher. Just bark, bark, bark.
Bark, bark, bark.
What did that sound like?
Bark, bark,
Bark,
bark.
bark, bark.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I was just in my backyard the other day when I went home for the
Okay.
weekend, and I went to my church's trunk or treat.
Trunk or
With the
treat.
kids.
The kids.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
so nice and
We
so
love
sweet.
that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, at trunk or treat, I'm sure that was just a really fun time.
It was.
Was anyone there dressed up as Mario?
There wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Pretty disappointing.
And there's a lot of potential there. Like, you could
There
do a
is.
family costume, right? So you have, like,
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi.
And Luigi.
And then someone could be, like, one of the,
Oh my
like,
gosh. Baby Yoshi.
Baby Yoshi. And, like, they could, like, part of their costume, or maybe even, like, their basket could be the green pipe, you know? That he,
Oh.
like, comes up out of.
That's so true. They actually
Yeah.
used, like, what are they called? Like CD pipes? I don't know.
PVC.
PVC pipes.
PVC
to, like,
pipes.
and those could all be Mario
Oh my
green
gosh.
pipes. So
Wow.
much potential.
So much.
And there were also like different options. Like some families were carrying like Halloween like themed baskets to have all their candy, and other people just kind of had like baggies that they put their candy in. Yeah, so there was just
Wow.
like so many different,
So many options
so
for
many
trunk or
venues
treat.
to just carry
And
candy.
carrying your candy.
Yeah,
I used a pillowcase as a kid.
I always used a pillowcase.
Wow.
And then we would get home and we would just like dump it out in our corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
This has been a great bonding moment.
Yeah. we love it.
Yeah.
And so you had your pillowcase full of candy.
Completely full.
Yeah, so full.
So full.
And so then you would go and you just grab the doorknob, open up the screen door, and just knock. You would just knock, just knock on the door, and then they'd come out,
Right.
the adults, and they'd be like, take two.
That's
Or sometimes they would say, take one.
Sometimes they would, and those are the
Don't
houses.
say take one.
Those are the houses I didn't go to very often, and then there were some houses where it wasn't really clear where their front door was, and so sometimes I accidentally knocked on their garage door, and that was like
Really? Did you? Interesting vibe that you had going on there.
Yeah.
Well, I find it interesting that you would knock on garage doors, because that's just...
Well, it was on accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, accidents happen, right?
They do.
Accidents happen. Just the other day, I drink juice in my room out of a glass. Accidents happen. They just do. Just the other day, I was drinking juice out of my glass mason jar,
Okay.
and I almost spilled all over the floor. Sticky mess.
Yeah, and that's like, oh my gosh, could you imagine right before room inspection?
Mm.
You know what
What?
is gonna be really nice?
What?
In like 7 months from now,
7 months from now.
when I walk across the stage and get a diploma, and I won't have to have my room inspected anymore.
Oh, we love that.
I know.
Happy graduation.
Thank you.
Happy senior
7
season.
months away. Well, I
Well,
don't know yet, but
yeah, I mean, something I'm sure they'll have to do for graduation, because, we don't want any mishaps as a sound check, right? I mean, they'll have to
Yeah.
make sure
They're-
everything's good.
yeah, they're always doing sound checks
Yeah.
here on campus.
They'll, wake you up in the
And
morning.
they take like 3 hours,
Yeah.
which is so interesting.
That is interesting.
Another thing that I assume would take a really long time is
Mhm.
like going to Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah. That's, like,
flying.
a really far trip.
Right. If
my-
I wanted to just
yeah.
fly to Australia, do you know anyone in Australia?
So, no, but in high school,
Okay.
the marching band went to Australia. And it was, like,
Oh.
a really long...
That's so weird.
Yeah. it was
Did
a
you
really
happen
long
to see
flight.
any kangaroos when you were there?
I'm not in the marching band, but I'm sure there were kangaroos in Australia.
I
man
am
down
not
under.
in the marching
Yeah.
band. I was in
Yeah.
marching band.
Did you play flute?
No, I played clarinet. Thank
Oh,
you.
sorry, they're like the
Yeah.
same thing.
Oh,
Anyway.
no.
Whatever, they're both instruments. Well, the marching band, I was not in it. I can't really play any instruments.
Ukulele.
Yeah, I can play ukulele now, but
Yeah.
that's a new thing,
That's true.
In my high school, though, marching band was really big, and so were foreign language clubs.
Oh, yes.
I was in, German club for, a week.
Can you speak German?
Ein bisschen.
In poco.
Oh, I thought you were
Little.
just mocking me. But you know what language we didn't have in my high school, but we have here? Greek.
Greek.
Yeah, so we didn't have Greek in high school.
Oh,
But I haven't. Have you taken Greek here?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, me neither.
Definitely not.
Nope. 755.
No. Yeah, let's not.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah. Another thing that I really would just never see myself doing is. Have you ever been to the state fair?
I was like.
Or like any
little.
fair?
Yeah, the fair. We love the
And
fair.
you know how they have like really weird things that you can try?
Yeah.
Like I've had like fried pickles and
fried pickles hit different.
at my state fair, the New York State Fair, shout out to like all the New Yorkers.
Shout out to New York.
Shout out to New York. There's really good like milk that you can get, which is so weird. So weird.
need some
But you can literally get like a cup of milk, and it's just like the best
Is
milk.
it like raw milk?
I don't know what raw milk would be.
And like non.
But it's like
pasteurized?
organic. Yeah, I don't know. It's really good. But you could get like chocolate milk or normal milk.
I love chocolate.
And right next to that is like this fried Oreo stand.
Okay.
And so people would get milk and they could like eat
And then
fried
they'd get
Oreos
fried
and like, wash
Oreos.
it down.
New York, you're smart.
Right? New York.
Wow. New York, man. We
Yeah,
love
great
it.
state in
We
New
love
York.
it. Well, New York, I've never been there.
You should come.
Well, I've been to New York City, but not
Okay.
like New York
Upstate.
State.
Upstate.
And I've been told they're very different vibes, which makes sense because one's a city and
One is
one's not.
Right.
But every time I'm in New York City, I'm just very aloof. I really have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
Did I use that word correctly?
I have no
Because-
idea. Not friendly or forthcoming, cool and distant.
Oh, well, that still works with New York City.
Oh.
Conspicuously
But I'm not
uninvolved and uninterested,
Okay.
typically through distaste.
Yeah, well,
Many are.
New Yorkers seem very aloof to me. They're just, like, very mean. Like, y'all and your
so
horns.
offensive.
Well, your horns, you just honk all the time.
Well, you shouldn't be driving if you go to New York City.
You're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
See?
be driving.
Tourist. I would also be a tourist in New York City. I would be because I've only been there
Yeah.
like 3 times because I'm from
Okay.
upstate.
Upstate.
Uptown.
Uptown,
Yeah,
girl.
another like really popular like tri-state setting would
Mhm.
be in this show called like Phineas and Ferb.
Okay.
And have you watched the show?
I have, from start
Yeah.
to finish.
It's a great show.
Even though I didn't have cable, I binged it after we got cable.
That's really funny. And one of the main characters
Mm-hmm.
is Perry the Platypus.
Harry.
And he's like, he makes the whole show.
He does.
One of the first times I met Z was when she drew Perry the Platypus on a balloon.
Aw, love Z.
Yeah.
Love Perry the Platypus. Love balloons.
Right.
All
So
three.
many good things.
Mr. Balloon.
Mr. Balloon. Well, you know, there is a lot of good things, you know, that have come out of 2020. A lot of
Okay.
interesting things,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
we got to meet all of our new residents. That was
That's-
great.
Yes.
We loved that. And you
Alright.
remember just last fall
Okay.
when the man, the myth, the legend, no one loves Kanye, like Kanye loves Kanye, released his album. Do you remember the unity that happened? The unity that took place?
Do you remember the Unity in Chapel when Professor
Oh.
Garcia?
Professor Garcia.
Yeah.
That's on God, as Kanye would say.
Uh-huh.
And you know,
Mhm.
and then do
Of
you remember? Do you remember when Kanye said Kanye 2020 and he decided to run for president? I mean,
I do.
he just really ran with it,
Yeah.
but then he didn't.
There were a lot of people, yeah,
Yeah, wasted votes.
wasted votes. 'Cause
Use
they
your
just
voice
wrote 'em
wisely.
in. Use your voice, guys. It's upside down. You should use a lot of things wisely.
Yeah,
And-
that's true.
Yeah, and I feel like
Good stewards.
because we live in dorms, we don't really have the opportunity to cook very often.
Big bummer,
And
big sad.
I distinctly remember one time when I was in high school that I went to a friend's house and we were like really hungry. Like
Big hungry.
big hungry. Like
Big hungry.
big hungry, yeah. Like we went over to her house and there was
Okay.
like a group of us. There were like 4 girls and 1 guy and we're like making pizza.
Scandalous.
We're making pizza, but like frozen pizza.
That's
And
awesome.
and we're making the pizza
Okay.
and like we got distracted and the guy that was with us decided that he really wanted to just take it upon himself to make this pizza.
Okay.
And
Determined.
he was very determined. And so we were just kind of like letting him do his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we like got distracted and we were doing something else. And all of a sudden, like, it was like really smoky.
Oh. on,
And
guy.
what had happened was when he put the pizza in, he never took the
No.
cardboard dish out. And
And
because he really thought that in order to cook the pizza, it needed to be there. But in reality, all we got was burnt pizza on cardboard that was like on fire. So it was a whole
Whole thing.
thing.
Whole thing.
Yeah, it really was. So we should really be wise with a lot of things that we do,
It's true.
including cooking.
Cooking.
Yeah,
Be a good steward
be a good steward.
of your frozen pizza.
Of your frozen pizza.
And it's just, you know,
You know, even making frozen pizza glorifies
Right.
the Lord.
I mean, during quarantine, if you're listening to this, professors I had during lunchtime last spring semester, don't. But I would like cook during class.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and so I'd like one of the things I would make would be frozen pizzas. So like Celeste, the little like pizzas for one.
Everyone can cook.
Anyone can cook. Yeah, I'd throw that in the oven, a little bit of tin foil under, a little bit of cheese.
Oh, wow.
Real chef.
Whole chef master over here.
And then as I was eating my lunch, definitely wasn't in class, I would scroll through TikTok,
Okay.
and I would just have so many just memories of my campers over
Yeah.
the summer when they would just say Hydro Flasks, because they're Visco girls. And I loved the time spent with them because
Mhm.
them and their Hydro Flasks.
They would really, really love, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stickers that they could put on their hydro flasks.
We can't do it right. We're not.
I definitely have never said that word in my life.
You've never said.
When would I? When?
There's a lot of
That
opportunities.
sounds just like you're trying to spit. And
Maybe I am.
you
Can't
know
help
what
behind the
animal?
mask.
You know what animal will spit at you
An
when you
emu.
like get too close
A
to
llama.
it? An alpaca. I think.
Alpaca.
I don't really know if it's an alpaca or a llama, but that's what it would sound like.
Well, I'll pack in my bags and run away from you.
Like in Minecraft,
Oh,
when I hit them and they spit at me.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I've never played Minecraft.
Minecraft.
I've
Oh.
never hit an alpaca in Minecraft and it went.
Well, when the travelers have their alpaca, isn't that an alpaca?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
I feel like that's the noise they would make. Yeah. Anyway.
Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys next time.
Oh.